What is going on, everybody? Today we are breaking down the tape of right tackle Wanya Morris. To me, this is one of the best tackles in the 2023 NFL draft. And I think for the Chiefs to get him in the third round, it's an absolute steal. The guy is a top tier player, and in my opinion, he will start eventually down the line for the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't think this guy has to develop a whole lot. If you guys don't know, the opposite tackle of him also got drafted. He went in the first round to the Jaguars. And Morris did fall a little bit. This guy's a very, very high level football player. You watch him right here as he pulls from the left of your screen to the right. Look at how he understands body angle and positioning. He makes sure as he gets up to the linebacker who's filling here, he makes sure to hook him. He makes sure to flip his hips, which ultimately gives that running back a small crease to potentially get through. That's high level understanding of body positioning and blocking angles. You can kind of see it. The running back is able to actually hit that crease. Not a big crease, but he's able to do it because of the fact that Morris does turn his hips there. The running back slips right through it. And then, of course, at the end of this, I love this finishing ability, man. This ability to finish your blocks is top tier. Until you hear that whistle, you don't give up on a play. You don't stop blocking until the play is officially over. And this Texas defensive lineman learned that real quick as Morris gave him that shove at the end there. I'm really fired up to break this guy down. Let's go ahead and get to the next rep. Now, in my opinion, Morris's best fit is going to be really that power scheme. He isn't the best zone run blocker, and we'll get into that as we kind of come across certain reps. But when it comes to the power scheme, the guy's very, very, very stout because he's a strong football player. You see it on this rep here as he double teams and he sticks with the block. As he gets down to number 90 here, look at the power behind the block. He's going to absolutely hit him. The guy kind of goes down and he's able to stick with that block and he just kind of drives him out of the play there. And of course, that's exactly where the lane was for the running back. The running back does pick up about 4 to 5 yards on this play. That's really behind Morris, right? So it's a nice double team. And from a fit perspective, I think power is where this guy's going to have the most success. Now, that doesn't mean I think he's not going to have success in the zone running scheme, but it's very clear when you watch this guy, when he pulls and he gets out in front as he's going to on this play, he understands blocking angles. And I think if you can understand that as you develop over the course of your career, you're going to be able to fit multiple schemes. And I definitely expect Morris to kind of develop into that. Now, here's another rep. Once again, he's pulling. You can see him getting out here. And you're going to once again see as he makes contact with the linebacker here, watch him flip the hips. Bam. I mean, to me, this is high level stuff right here. To be able to get your hips turned the way he does, that gives the running back that lane. And this play right here pops because of Morris. You know, oftentimes in the NFL, the best offensive lines are built by coaches that can coach their players to do small stuff like this. Of course, he could have got into that linebacker and just took him head on, but he wanted to seal it off. He wanted to make it easy for his running back. And this guy obviously gets it, that this is the way to block. That's just a really nice rep on that one right there. Let's go ahead and get into the next rep. Check this block out. Morris is going to block this defensive lineman. He's going to end up sealing him off. This is a really nice, powerful block by Morris. You look at that lane right there develop. Now, do keep in mind the quarterback's going to keep the football. I don't know why he keeps it because this looks like it's some sort of split zone. He does keep the football. Should have handed it off because to me, that lane right there that develops because of Morris taking this defensive lineman and taking him to the right was absolutely beautiful, powerful, and at the end of it, he obviously finishes this guy as well. To me, Morris is one of those guys that you want on your team. You want this type of blocking, this type of physicality. That's a really, really nice block right there by the right tackle. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into the next rep. Now, we haven't seen a whole lot of pass blocking reps from Morris. I think that has a lot to do with the scheme. Oklahoma runs the ball a lot of play action, and a lot of quick throws. When Morris is asked to get vertical and pass set, he does a pretty decent job. I will say that I need to see more of him to 100% say that this guy is great, or if he's not great when it comes to pass pro. But the reps I have seen, he is pretty solid, right? You can see reps like this where he does a really nice job getting out consistently out of his stance. He's explosive, very explosive on this rep, in fact. And he's able to do these type of things, right? Where he doesn't get chopped down, as you can see as this defensive lineman comes out here. He's going to use that right arm to try to chop. And Morris makes sure that contact is not made. It's a good job being able to not get punched, at the same time deliver your own punch, get to the defensive lineman, and then just shut him down using that power and just riding that defensive lineman up the field. To me, that's a really, really nice rep. Let's go ahead and get to the next play. Nothing major, but I do want to just point this out really quickly because in the NFL, they do utilize the cut block, also known as a chop block. You guys can see Morris here do a really nice job getting his entire body involved. If you guys watch the left guard is going to do a really, really bad job at cut blocking. He's going to kind of dive directly into the guy helmet first. To me, that's not that good of a cut block, the way the left guard does it there. But the way Morris does it, he gets his entire body, he gets that helmet, and he uses everything he has. And he puts that right into both legs. That right there is the way to cut block. Not dive directly towards a guy, right, with your helmet. You want to use your body to cut block. So not a major deal, but I did want to point it out just in case anyone was interested in his ability to correctly chop block. Alright guys, check this rep out. You got 6 guys lined up on the line of scrimmage. So the right tackle has to make sure he processes this correctly. If number 1 drops back, which he does, he has to get his helmet back to the inside, which he does. And he comes around and he picks up the defensive lineman. He does a nice job being able to just stick with him, mirror him, and stay in front of him, right? Now, he gave up the sack here, and technically the sack counts against him, but the sack is not on him, right? The sack comes from the right side of your screen, and then from there, the quarterback's going to try rolling out. So it's really a cleanup sack. To me, Morris does a good job. He mirrors the guy initially, stays in front of it, and the quarterback tries rolling out, and that's not on the right tackle. I think this is actually a really nice rep on him because he's able to process it and pick it up correctly that he needs to get back to the inside. As number 1, the guy lined up to the outside shoulder of him drops off and drops back into coverage. So to me, this is a really nice rep. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the next one. Alrighty guys, let's go ahead and jump forward into the Iowa State tape. Morris is going to jump set the 5 technique defensive lineman and watch him finish this block. He's going to jump set, which is usually used in a play action. It is a pass blocking rep, and he puts this guy down, man. To me, that's a real nice rep. He's going to get aggressive with this guy. The guy's going to try to turn his back to Morris, and when you try turning your back to these well-coached offensive tackles, they're going to put you into the ground, and that's exactly what he does here. To me, the physical nature that Morris plays with here is beautiful. It's exactly what I want to see right there. Now, as we've talked about it in this video, Morris understands body positioning, and here's an inside zone. So Morris has a cutoff block on the 2-eye technique defensive lineman. This is a very difficult block, but he's going to do a really nice job being able to get in front of it and cut it off. That right there is a really nice job. It's a nice job to be able to process and get your body in positioning. Very difficult to be able to get there. You can see as he gets out of his stance, the way his feet turn and he gets out. That's just a really nice job right there. To me, that's a high level type of block. To be able to cut a guy off, now obviously the running back's going to cut it, and he's basically going to run right into the guy that Morris is blocking. It's still a gain of like 6-7 yards. Could have been a lot more yards if the running back kept it to the outside, but understandably he couldn't because some of these other guys weren't able to be properly blocked. But either way, Morris does a really nice job with the cut off block on this play. This is a zone block, so he does a nice job on this one. What I'm going to look most forward to is watching Morris pull once he gets into the NFL. He's a really good puller. I mean, to me, this is just a really nice block once again. He gets out there. As he gets out there, he hooks his guy again. I mean, he understands blocking angles. That's very clear. He understands positioning. Very clear on tape. That's a really nice block by him to be able to get out there, get the helmet to the left side of that defender, and then he's able to turn the butt and give the running back that lane. I mean, this could have been a touchdown. Had the guy here blocked his guy properly, right? Had the, I'm not sure if that's the guard. Had he blocked the guy here first, the running back would have been in a one-on-one situation with this guy. He makes one guy miss, could have been a touchdown. And if it hit, it would have been because of the right tackle. The fact that he gets out there, hooks his guy, top tier stuff. Check this rep out. Really nice job punching and staying physical with the defensive lineman and really just shutting it down. It's a really nice rep. Iowa State has a couple of good defensive linemen. And on this rep here, Morris does a really nice job against the defensive lineman. A lot of hand fighting, right? Kind of going back and forth. Morris will throw a nice solid punch. Aggressive as hell, which, you know, you can really feel it through the tape. that the guy has that physical punch. You can see the defense lineman tries to swim, right? Left punch, right arm over the top with the swim. It doesn't work. Morris does a nice job sticking to it. And he just does a nice job staying with it. Obviously, kind of gets off screen there, but that's a nice rep right there. Let's go ahead and get into the next one. Now, as I mentioned, Iowa State has a good defensive line. Here's the best player on the defense lineman. This is Will McDonald. He was just selected in the first round. And watch Morris do a really nice job against McDonald. To me, this is where Morris started sticking out, was when I watched the tape here. I was really analyzing McDonald, and I said, well, who the hell is this right tackle that's absolutely dominating? And it was Morris, and I'm not surprised he was taken in the third round because of it. You can see the heavy punch there, but he doesn't lean into it. Instead, he brings the hands back. Let me just back this up here. So he's going to throw a nice punch. He doesn't lean into it, and he brings the arms back. He repositions his body and then gets his hands back on McDonald. That's just a really, really nice rep to stay right in front of that guy. I mean, in this rep, you can see McDonald's going to throw like 2-3 different moves, right? Initially, he's going to give that inside hezzy there. Hezzy's to the inside, tries jumping and attacking the outside arms. It doesn't work. And then at the end of this, he even tries to spin back to the inside. That doesn't work. I mean, that rep right there is top tier stuff. Watch Morris pull and watch the mental processing power he has. Part of being a great tackle is to be able to process things, and he processes well. Like, he realizes the running back has the ball here. First and foremost, let's break this technique down a little bit. As he's going to get out of his stance, he's going to fake like he's getting into a pass set, which is interesting. And then he's going to come back to the right of your screen and pull. All at the same time, he realizes that as he runs right into the running back with the ball, there's really just one guy out there that could possibly get that running back. And he's going to process that, and he's going to get to that guy. And some tackles will just push this guy out this way, but he's not going to do that. Instead, Morris is going to make sure to cut number one off, which is going to give that running back that outside lane. Again, this is high level processing and great body positioning once again to get to the right of that defensive player and hook him. And of course, the running back's able to hit that lane. I mean, that right there is great processing, great sell of the play, right? That it's potentially a pass or something else. Of course, he pulls. I mean, that right there is absolutely beautiful. Let's go ahead and get to the next rep. Alright, you guys, final rep of this film breakdown. Watch Morris here do a really nice job against the 5 technique defensive lineman. A lot of hand fighting you can see happening within this rep. And Morris stays in front of this defensive lineman the entire time. Again, you can see the defensive lineman is going to throw a couple of different moves. He's going to hezzy right away out of his stance. There's the hezzy, gets the hands to Morris. Morris punches him. And just a really nice job not leaning too forward where a guy's able to pull and yank you and get past you. Just kind of sticks with it. That's a really, really nice rep by Morris. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If this is the first time you're on this channel, do understand we do follow the Kansas City Chiefs. And we have done a lot of Chiefs videos in the past, covered the Super Bowl a little bit. And we will continue to follow Morris as well as the offensive and defensive players. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time with another video.